Hi, so nice to be here with you. Thank you for watching the video. I want to share this time with you a, a message from the Blessed Mother that let us know she's always here with us, uh, and she is loving and caring for us all the time. And also that is not the end of this life. So uh, this story starts with 2 or 3 weeks ago when my grandmother went from being well in her house to being in the intensive care unit for a diagnosis that apparently uh, wasn't that bad, and she had the hope and the opportunity to recover herself from it. And and she remained stable for 2 weeks, and we were there accompanying her. We were there praying for her and praying for her recovery. So the last week um, happened that my father's went um, on a trip before she got sick. They were very anxious to come back, and but she remained stable. So uh, they were on their trip, and exactly the same day they were returning back home, my grandmother had a heart arrest in the morning, Saturday morning. So her condition just worsened, and she went from being stable to be uh, completely out of her. And when we saw her, we thought she wouldn't make it through the day. So my parents were on their way back home, and when she woke up from the heart arrest, she immediately asked for my dad, her youngest son, and we knew she was waiting for him. So uh, meanwhile, when I got home, I just went to my room and went down on my knees and started praying. And I knew days before that uh, the time for my grandmother to go to the spiritual side uh, was this time, and God was calling her, and it was God's will that she just go back to Him. So I bent down on my knees and I said, God, I understand that you are calling her, that this is her time. I appreciate and I thank you for the privilege of having like one of the greatest grandmother for such a long time, and I accept your will, but I need you to give me the favor of allowing my parents to get back to the country and to see and talk to my grandma. I want her to know that my parents are there with her. So I prayed and asked that for of them for that favor. And also I asked to the Blessed Mother, the Virgin of the Our Lady of the Miraculous Medal, to comfort me, to help me get through with this, to help me understand what was happening. And I asked her to don't leave me alone in any moment, to be there for me through this. So I just stood up and went to the hospital with my brother and my sister-in-law and my daughter. So when I get to the hospital, I enter to the intensive care unit to see my grandma, and she couldn't even talk to me. Uh, I felt like a punch in the stomach, and I say, "Oh my God, she's not going to make it." And I was very sad. I just, when I get out of the intensive care unit, I was devastated, and I just stood there in the middle of the waiting room in front of everyone and closed my eyes and said, "Please, I need you to allow my parents to get here and see and talk to her. I need my grandma to know that they are here with her." And when I opened my eyes, a lady out of nowhere, I don't know that person, she approached me, and uh, she said to me, she looked at me in the eyes and she said, "I need to give you an image of the Blessed Mother." And I just stood there like okay. And when I looked down, the lady had in the necklace a medal of the Our Lady of the Miraculous Medal, and I just start crying. I say, she's there with me. That was my cue. That was my signal. That was my answer, and it was amazing. She was telling me, "I am comforting you. You asked for it. You asked for me to be by your side, and I am here." And that was the confirmation for me that she was allowing that my parents came back home and saw my grandmother alive. So from that moment, I just felt so peaceful. I just felt like everything is going to be fine, and I could like calm myself down. And since then, I felt so accompanied. I knew she was beside me every time. Every time I was feeling anxious, I say, "Mother, don't leave me alone right now." And I could feel her love and her peace within me. When things come from the Blessed Mother, they come from a lot of love. You can feel like warm. You can feel supported. You feel like there is huge wave of undescribable love surrounding you and hugging you. And this is, let me find it here, this is the image that the lady gave to me. This is Our Lady of the Incarnation, and have the prayer, the devotional prayer on the other side. And she gave this image to me, and the, just like the um, the image, I felt exactly as peaceful at that image. So it is amazing how our prayers actually get an answer, uh, even if we are in disbelief. Even in that moment, I honestly didn't think my grandma was going to make it through that day when I saw her. And even in my disbelief, I received my answer. I received the support I asked for. I received the confirmation that she listened to me and that she is here with me. And also, I asked my parents that were in Malaga, Spain, to bring me something from the Blessed Mother. I am very devoted. I have a great respect and love for the Blessed Mother. So I asked them to bring me something from her, and they spent like 5 or 6 days in Malaga looking for something from the Blessed Mother, and they didn't even find anything in the cathedral. So they told me, "We can't find anything, And I said, well, it is okay. And it happens that the Our Lady of the Incarnation, it is the image, the version, the representation that appears in the Cathedral of Malaga. So she didn't find me there, but she found me here in my country. She found a way to get to me, and they always do that. When we ask for something, when we pray for something, or when we need help, even if we are not asking for it, but in our heart we are desperate for some divine light, they always find the way to communicate with us. They will do anything. They will put people you don't know to bring you something out of nowhere in a place you didn't even imagine you were going to be. And they find ways to approach you, to communicate with you, and to express their love to you. So the love, the the caring of the Blessed Mother is immense for us. And I knew she wanted me to spread the message, so you can ask her for whatever you need, and she will answer you in the most unexpected ways. You don't have to expect that she appears or that you see something like out of like paranormal or something. It is just, she will find the way. She will find the way, the best way of communicate with you. She knows us all, and they know how to do it. So you don't have to worry on how or when, and the answer is going to come. The answer always comes, and all we have to do is to be open and to be willing to listen to the answers, to listen to what they have to say in the way it is. We if you expect to be in a specific answer, you may not notice what they are telling to you. So it is best if you just open yourself up and receive the answer as it comes. The answer that it is, just receive it with gratitude and with love as it's come. And it is wise and it is thoughtful to actually recognize their answer as they deliver it. So after less than a week, this last Friday, my grandma just passed away and just crossed, and she's now where we all come from and where we are going to go when our journey in this physical plane comes to an end. And with her death and with this manifestation of the Blessed Mother, I could understood better that life doesn't end with that life, this life is a continuity to our spiritual life, and that even we stop seeing the physical body, our loved ones remains here next to us. They don't go to a far heaven, they don't go to a far place where we won't see them anymore. They stay here right next to us. And when we were praying before before bury her, we were praying and I could see her. She just appeared there in front of everyone, and she looked so brilliant, so radiant, so happy. She was smiling, and she has this beautiful white yellow light, and she didn't even look like she looked for the last 6 or 7 years. She looks younger, and and especially she looks peaceful, and she was there looking at me, and in that moment I could feel inside of me the same peace that she is feeling right now, the same joy that she is feeling right now, and that helped me understand that it is just a switch from one place to other place, but that we still remain here, we still remain close to the people we love. We don't forget what we went through in this physical plane, in this physical life, and that from the spiritual plane we are able to remain close to our loved ones here on earth, and we are able to communicate with them, we are able to help them, and us that remains here in this physical plane, we have, all of us have the ability to communicate with our loved ones that have crossed to the spiritual plane. And it is a matter of believing, it is a matter of faith, and it is a matter of actually talk to them, actually ask them to help us. And when you establish that connection, when a person you love die, don't cut the connection, don't interrupt the connection, don't block the communication. You just, it's in a different way. You don't have the physical person in front of you, but you can still have a conversation, you can still talk to them, because they are listening to you, and they are going to answer to you. One of their missions there as spiritual beings is to take care of us that remains here, to guide us, and to support us in every stage of our lives. So life doesn't end here. Life doesn't end when we die. We all have the ability to experience this amazing love, this amazing support and help that comes from the spiritual side, from the spiritual world. And it makes me so peaceful, and help me accept that my grandma is always with me, and she didn't go anywhere. She is still right by my side, and I can talk to her, feel her presence, feel her smell, her hugs, and I know when she is near me, and you can too. That is what the Blessed Mother wanted to tell me with this experience, and want me to share with all of you too, that you are taken care of, that you are being loved 24/7, and that they are waiting for you to come to them and ask them for help. So it has been a pleasure this 20 minutes to be with you and share this experience. God bless you.